Place value mystery. Solve clues to find out who the thief is. The place value mystery of the thief at Gideon's Gold's Chocolate Factory. Good evening. You join us here at the scene of the crime in Little Hadfield at the factory of the Gideon Gold, where the exclusive chocolates, Delectable Dream Drops, are created. Forensic police are investigating how this appalling crime has happened and are taking down the descriptions of suspects and taking statements as we speak. At around 1:30 a.m. on Tuesday, someone broke into the factory and took the plans from the highly secure safe. Each member has had to sign a contract of secrecy, and no one is allowed to be alone in the presence of the plans. The suspect is an employee of Gold Chocolatiers Limited and must be found as soon as possible before the plans are sold to rival companies. Your task is to solve the clues and use the descriptions of the suspects to unmask the safecracker. Here is a list of everyone who works in the factory. Use paper and pencil to help you solve the clues and use this information to go back and see who you think committed this crime. Here is clue number 1. Find the missing multiples in the number sets below, and then take the last number in each row and find it in the box. Order the words into a sentence and solve clue number 1. So using your paper and pencil, follow the directions. In the first row, you're going to count by fives. Count by fives, write the last number down. The next row, count by 4. Write the last number down. Next row, count by 10 and finish the sequence. Write the last number down. The next row, you're going to count by 8s and finish the sequence. Write the last number down. The next row, count by 50s and finish the sequence. Write the last number down. Count by 3 and finish this sequence. Write the last number down. Count by 100s. Be careful, you start with 20, not 0, and finish the sequence. Write the last number down, and then count by 2s and finish the sequence. Write the last number down. Pause your video while you're doing this, complete your answers and write your last numbers down, and then start your video again to look at the next page. So, take your numbers that you wrote down, write the words down that match each number, and then write your sentence, which is the answer to clue number 1. Pause your video and do this. Once you're ready, start your video again and continue to the next clue. All right, you're ready for clue number 2. Use these signs, less than, greater than, and equal to compare the pairs of numbers. If there are more greater than, then the safe breaker did not wear a hat. If there are more less than, the safe breaker wore a hat. If there are more equal, the safe breaker sometimes wore a hat. So, pause the video, solve these problems, look and see what you have the most of, and write the answer on the bottom. The culprit, blank. Did not wear a hat, wore a hat, or sometimes wore a hat. When you're ready, start your video again and move on to the next clue. Clue number 3. Read the numbers in words, then identify the correct calculation that they equal and color it in. Or just write it down on your paper. Order the words with the calculations and solve clue number 3. So you're looking for 63. You're going to look, find the one that matches 63, and write the word down. 49, 112, 304, 17, and 92. Pause the video while you solve these and then write down the answer to clue number 3. Then start your video again. Clue number 4. Make the largest numbers you can from these groups of digits. Then complete the number statements. Find the correct answers in the table and solve clue number 4. So you're going to look at these numbers, make the largest numbers that you can, and then write them down. Find the correct answers in the table and solve it for clue number 4. So, for example, you have the digits 2, 3, and 9. The largest number you could make would be 932. So you would write down 932 in the boxes. Then you would look up and the word is plan. So you would write down the word plan. Now continue this with the other 3 problems. And then look and find your answer in the table. Write down the words to solve clue number 4. Pause the video, complete clue number 4, and start your video again. This is a continuation of the largest numbers. Do the same thing. Write the largest numbers, and then move on to the next part of the video to write your words down, or rewind your video to look at your words. And then write the answer to clue number 4. Here is the chart again, where you can write your words down. Now, once you've moved on and answered clue number 4, you may start your video again. Clue number 5. What is the value of the underlined numbers? For example, in 201, the value of the underlined digit is 200. So, I would look and I would find 200. I would write down the word had. Continue doing this for all of the digits, the underlined digits in the numbers. Then write your answer down to clue number 5. Okay, using all this information, after you've paused your video and solved, look at your chart after you start the video again and see if you can figure out who the safe-breaking chocolate plan thief is. Here are the charts again that you can look at. For example, look at the first one. Achille Abel is a man. His job is packing. He does wear a hat. He goes to work in a car. And his size shoe is a 7. So, use all of the answers to your clues to figure out who you think the thief is who stole the chocolate plans. So, let's see if your answer is correct. Using all of the clues, you should have come up with the answer of the thief is Violet Vane, who was a female who works in packing, wears a hat, comes to work in a car, and wears a shoe size 6. Look back at all your clues and your answer to see if you came up with the correct answer of Violet Vane. Hope you enjoyed this mystery and becoming a detective and solving the mystery. Have a great day.